Welcome to the Powerslam Platter Show, where the action's fierce and the energy flows. With red velvet leading, we'll steal the...
What's going on, everybody? Red Velvet's back in the Powerslam Platter. We're coming to you a little later. Coming to you live a little later. I can't talk to save my life. Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. I like doing these on Sundays better than Fridays because I got too much crap to do. So we had Elimination Chamber last night. You know, I want to get some people in here. What were your thoughts on Elimination Chamber? I thought it was pretty good. You know, I thought it was pretty good myself. But what do I know? People don't really think I know what I'm doing, which I don't. You know, I really don't. I'm trying to go check on my Twitch here. There we go. So yeah, we're coming to you live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, TikTok on the phone. So if you're not following us on those social media platforms, please give us a follow. Yeah, thank you, Holly Pete, for inviting people through TikTok. This is what happens on my interactive shows. I sit there, I see people jumping in, I say what's up, I see how you doing, and we move on. Real quick, I gotta shout out the people that make this possible for me, the sponsors. Here you go. And I realize I have not updated that graphic since a long time ago. Because there's sponsors on there. It's not even sponsors anymore. So I got to delete that one. But anyway, thank you to the sponsors that make it possible. Also, thank you to our subscribers on Facebook. If you're not a subscriber, you should be. You get early access to podcasts. It's only 99 cents per month. All you got to do is go to Facebook. You hit that subscribe button. If you do it on your computer, I love you. I love you more than you do it on your phone. But if you do it on your phone, I still love you a lot. I appreciate everybody for doing what they do to support the Diner Pod and what we do. Sports, food, fun. I like talking all that. I like eating food. I like having fun, and I like talking sports. Luckily, wrestling is a sport. How long is what? How long is what, Proto Works? Coach Carm, what's going on? So, before we get started on today's show, I have a today in pro wrestling history. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for y'all. March 1st was a big day in pro wrestling history. We have 1998, ECW Living Dangerously. Bam Bam Bigelow defeats Taz to win the ECW television title. What's up, Sab Savage? What's up, Noya? What's up, Dante Guerrero? In 2005, at SmackDown, Orlando Jordan defeated John Cena to win the United States Championship. It was a short reign, but still got it, still counts. And then 2024, local history right here. To the top, number one at Singleton Wrestling. Logan Myers won the To the Top tournament, won the To the Top match to become the first ever Singleton Wrestling heavyweight champion. It's actually Playboy Cardi. I don't know what that means, but that was your today in pro wrestling history. Logan Myers, first ever Singleton champ. John Cena got defeated for the United States title, and Bam Bam Bigelow won the ECW television title. So, I got to know. Before we get the Dinerverse stuff, because I love the Dinerverse. I care very deeply about the Dinerverse. If you don't know what the Dinerverse is for wrestling world, if I've ever commentated your matches, you've ever been on the Powerslam Platter, or we've ever done a podcast, you're in the Dinerverse. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to cover you. You are always going to be in the family, whether you like it or not. And that's a little bit about the Dinerverse. But I got to know, what were your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber? We had four matches. I went 4 for 4 on my picks with the Elimination Chamber. We started out with the Women's Chamber. Mommy, Rhea Ripley, got the dub. Outlasted the other 5 women. I can't do math. I can't count, but I got sweet new shade now. Thanks. Yes, Rhea Ripley will now challenge Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. I'm excited for that match. It's because you got two big, tough women, and it's going to be a banger. They're going to beat the living crap out of each other. All right. That's what I look forward to most is high stakes. WrestleMania's heating up. We got Liv Morgan going after the other women's title. I don't even know who the champion is because I kind of forgot. I'm not very intelligent if you didn't know that. And then Rhea Ripley going up against Jade Cargill for the women's title. So then we get to AJ Lee, Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. I go, you know what? I'll probably say that I said AJ Lee's going to win. You will donate $2,000 if you give me a shout. All right, Noya. There you go. Pay up. I need $2,000. I'm Viv's family. Oh, hi, Hadley. But we get the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I was like, yeah, that's AJ Lee and CM Punk's hometown. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Hands down, that's what was going to happen. She was going to win. And triple or nothing. No, you owe me $6,000 now. It's like, no, CM Punk's wife is going to win in CM Punk's hometown. That was a no-brainer. So I picked them to win. And then we get to CM Punk, Finn Balor. I was really hoping we'd see the Demon. There was rumors we were going to see the Demon, but it just didn't happen. And very unfortunate, very, very sad. But Finn Balor coming out with his old entrance music, at least the last time I watched, he had different entrance music. And you remind me of my dad. Well, thanks, Jeff Puligo. I love that. Crazy AJ Lee has only wrestled twice since she's been back. Really? She's only wrestled twice? I did not know that. What's up, Quay? Hope you're doing well. Or Quay-Z, I'm sorry. Quay-Z25. I'm so sorry. Butchered your name, but if you hang out with me long enough, you're going to know I mess up names. Oh, it's Caven. Yes, and won a title. Well, Ryan, did you expect anything else? CM Punk's wife winning. You're on his account. Oh, that's awesome. But, yeah, I didn't realize she only wrestled twice. So, all right, what's up, Ferry? Hope you're doing well, buddy. So we get – so there, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on that one. So you just said his name. Well, I'll take that. Jeff Puglio, you're doing great. Your kid's awesome. I'll give you 5 tickets to St. Thomas. I don't even know what that means. What's up, Ferry? I'm talking some wrestling. Did you watch Elimination Chamber last night? I hope you did. If you didn't, you missed out. But we move on. So I called that one. I dropped it before we went live. I said I blanked out. Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, CM Punk, and Randy Orton. Those are my 4 picks. And flip a penny. No. How is it possible for 1A Blake Neal to win Mr. Basketball? I think he's a pretty good lock for it. I mean, 2,000 career points in one season, or not one season, 2,000 career points, pretty good. He got over 600 points this season. I think he's going to be up there to become Mr. Basketball. I think so. What's up, Sophia Beeler? So we get to the World Heavyweight Championship match, CM Punk and Finn Balor. Like I said, I was hoping for the Demon. Did not happen, but I'll take it. He kind of had some flashes of old school Balor. I've always been a Finn Balor fan ever since I discovered him as Prince Devitt 15 years ago or whatever, however long it's been. I think it was like 2012 to 2014 when I figured out who Finn Balor was. I was like, dude, this dude dresses up as like cartoon characters and is awesome. So I was a big Finn Balor fan. When he won the Universal Championship, I was so excited because I was like, this is it. And then he got hurt. And that kind of just ruined it for him because him getting hurt after winning the title, vacating it, it was like, this sucks. And he never really got the kudos he deserved. The New Day, or not the New Day, the Judgment Day, I think that's a poop squad anyway. But that match was pretty impressive. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. But I knew CM Punk was going to win the whole time. It's like, he's in his hometown. He's going to win. He's going to win that, retain his title in his hometown. Like, if you think I'm lying, you're wrong. He did. So, not a big surprise there. It was cool to see his wife come out and celebrate with him. Play Evil Jordan. I'm not doing that right now. Tell me if it's a banger. I'll listen to it later, Noya. You still owe me $6,000. But that was cool. And then if you saw the picture after that CM Punk posted with his championship belt and his wife's championship belt, it was pretty funny because he was making fun of Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I did text Mr. H. I said, hey, man, can I recreate this picture with the Singleton Wrestling Championships? And he just goes, no. I'm like, okay, well, it was worth a shot. Figured I'd get him some more people in the door, but maybe it didn't. But then we get to the main event. We have the main event, the men's Elimination Chamber match. And it was a pretty good lineup. What we have? LA Knight, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, and somebody else. Moving on. Obviously, they weren't that impressive. I don't know. But we get to that match. It's going through, yeah. But then there's a masked man. The masked man. Who's the masked man? We found out Friday it was some guy. Didn't know who he was. Found out he was one of Seth Rollins' students. We got another masked man coming up, climbing the cage. It was getting crazy. Security gets him down. Anthony Totelli, OVW superstar, was one of the security guards. Grabs this masked man and just gets him over. Gets him into the office. They rip his mask off. And who is that man? That's who I popped for. I popped for this young man. It was Sabotage Sean Logan. Sabotage Sean Logan. That's a tongue twister. Sabotage Sean Logan was the first masked man. He is one of Seth Rollins' students. And he is part of the Dinerverse. He is one of the Dinerverse superstars. So I was excited. I got to see a Dinerverse superstar on a WWE. I'm calling it pay-per-view because I'm old. He was on a WWE pay-per-view. And I was like, that is so cool. I get it. It's not a huge role, but he was on a pay-per-view, pal. I'll take that. That's awesome because I commentated for him back in 2024. And then he was on the pod in 2025 at the Squared Circle Expo. If you have not been there, you need to go. It's a fun time. Get your tickets. There's only a few left. Well, he was on the podcast at Squared Circle Expo. And we were talking through, his journey through wrestling and this, that, and the other. And it was cool to learn about him and hear about him. And I was like, dude, I'm rooting for you. I am so rooting for you to keep going and keep getting better. And your time's coming. You're a great wrestler. Your time's coming. And then seeing that, I was like, yes, get it. Not a huge role, but still, dude, that was freaking awesome. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you enter the Dinerverse, I am rooting for you no matter what. No matter what. I'm always in your corner. I'm going to back you. I'm going to support you. And no matter what you do. And I will help advertise as much as I can to hype up these wrestlers, these athletes. If you have not known by me, I'm like a professional hype man now. I promote all the people through the Dinerverse. I hype them up because that is awesome. Keep doing good things. So Sabotage Sean Logan, thank you for making me pop last night. Thank you for that repost, Shane L. Appreciate it. But it was just so cool to see that moment. But then there's another masked man. It was Seth Rollins. Curb stomp on Logan Paul. Thank goodness. I don't like Logan Paul. I don't like his brother either. I don't like either one of them. Thank you, Seth Rollins, for the curb stomp. And Paul Heyman. Woo! No! Oh! 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 Yeah, that's what Paul Heyman did when he found out it was Seth Rollins. And then we get down to the final two. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Legacy. We got the Legacy in the match together. Only two, well, half. I guess if you count Manu and Ted, that'd be four. So half of the Legacy, 2/3 of the good Legacy, the more famous Legacy, we'll call it. Don't hurt me, Manu. Facing off. And I was excited. I'm like, here we go. This is going to be a good one. I know I picked Randy Orton. I really wanted LA Knight to win, but we both know that was probably not going to happen because creative puts a ceiling on him. And it's not just, sorry, LA Knight. They're like, you're good, but not there. I don't know why, because he's got sweet boots, dude. If you look at his boots, they're inspired by Air Jordans, Jordan 11s and Jordan 12s. He's got sweet boots. But Drew McIntyre comes in from behind, poof, smokes Cody Rhodes with the belt, and starts attacking him. Well, Randy Orton goes, no. Spins him around, RKO, and by this time, Cody Rhodes is on his feet. We get a crossroads, and Rhodes gets up into an RKO, and we got the cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Randy Orton wins. He is going to WrestleMania, and he is going to face, I believe, CM Punk. Could be wrong. Or no, it's McIntyre. McIntyre. He's going to go face Drew McIntyre. My bad. My bad on that, everybody. So we get there. That was a freaking awesome match. I was excited. It happened. So excited. But there's one last surprise. There was one last surprise. There's a giant crate. Who was in the crate? I mean, I picked Chris Jericho, and that was, if we count that, I went 4 out of 5. I was hoping it was Chris Jericho because that's what I thought it was. But it gets better. It was Danhausen. And if you don't know who Danhausen is, he's very nice. He's very evil. Okay? I love Danhausen. Ever since I listened to a podcast that he was on, and I kind of learned more about him, he's kind of that Joker character from the Batman cartoon. The Mark Hamill Joker, more of that. He likes money. He loves money. Money. So it was cool to see. I hate it that when the lights went out, they got booed. Everybody's like, they booed him out of the building. And I'm like, nah, dude, they didn't boo him out of the building. They booed because it went dark. It's like WWE sucking again. But the thing is, Danhausen's in WWE, and it's going to be a great time having him in WWE. I'd like to start watching more. Of course, if you try to watch all the wrestling going on once a week, in 1 week, not once a week, in 1 week, dude, you're looking at 30 hours, minimum 30 hours. And I could be highballing it, which I probably am, but that's okay because I try to do my best. But that was the WWE Elimination Chamber. I was hoping we'd have the people jump on and talk about it, but it's okay. We got some people. I appreciate everybody commenting. But now we're going to get into the Dinerverse. What happened this past week in the Dinerverse? We go to NWA Power, which NWA is on Roku TV. Definitely check it out. You can see stars of the past, the present, and the future all together. The longest reigning world's champion or whatever. History goes back to 1908, that NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Champion right now is Thrillbilly Silas Mason. Defeated Tom Latimer way back when to win the belt. But enough about that. On Power, Colby Corino's cutting a promo, and this is where the Dinerverse comes in. He's cutting a promo, and then he's interrupted. Carson Drake in the Hard Way, which the Hard Way, Dalton McKenzie, Jack Vaughn, the NWA Chicago Tag Team Champions. They interrupt this promo, and if you don't know, Dalton McKenzie, Jack Vaughn, been in Singleton wrestling. Dalton McKenzie wrestled Sam Knight back at Roadblock in 2024. Jack Vaughn wrestled Jake Oman for the world title, or the heavyweight title, in August at Fall Fury. So, Dinerverse Wrestlers coming in. Carson Drake cuts a promo, interrupts. He's taking on the Thrillbilly Silas Mason for that NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. So I can't wait to see that match. I'm subscribing really quick. Thank you, Jeff Pelugio, for the subscriber. Then that's the kind of all that happened on NWA Power. I try to scour these every week to talk about the Dinerverse athletes. Now we go to OVW, the Harvard Academy of Wrestling Schools down in Louisville, Kentucky. If you don't know about OVW, you're missing out. Like, you ever heard of the name John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Batista, Randy Orton? They all came from OVW. You know, that's where when I talk to non-wrestling fans, like, what's OVW? It's like, dude, it's awesome. It's the great wrestling developmental territory. On Overdrive, we have Drew Hernandez taking on Eric Surge, the bomb. Like, if you don't know Eric Surge, he came to the top 2. He's coming back to the top 3. Him and I had a bet. I bet him $500 that he would not win the To the Top briefcase. And guess what? I won. Thank you for that follow, Jenny Wright. I won. Like, duh. I know you weren't going to beat Sam Knight. It's not happening. So I made that bet with him, but had fun. Thank you, Jeff Pluglio, for stopping in. We had a good time, though. I had fun cutting up with Eric Surge, but he took on Drew Hernandez in Overdrive. I wander. If you don't know, I wander a little bit. Eric Surge gets the dub over Drew Hernandez in Overdrive, and we move on to OVW Rise. And we start off, we have an intergender tag team match, or mixed tag team match. Lovely Miss Larkin and Tommy Boy. Lovely Miss Larkin's been in Signal 10 before, wrestled 2 shows. Taking on Super Z and Dayami. Dayami, been in a handful of Signal 10 shows. There we go. Z-Force and the Tony Evans family. That's what they are. Tony Evans family. Superior Tony Evans. Hush. Z-Force wins. Super Z and Dayami get the dub. And then we go to the next match, the trifecta. If you don't know, read between the lines. Pal. The trifecta have a new member. The back-breaking artist, Jake Painter, is a member of the trifecta now. That was cool. Jake Painter, Dinerverse. Ashton Adonis, Dinerverse. Jake Lawless, not in the Dinerverse, but 2 of the 3. And then Brandon Beretta, also Dinerverse. They go in a 6-man tag, which now it's official. We have, what's his name? Jake Painter. Booyah. Jake Painter is in the trifecta. They have a 6-man tag against Donovan Cecil and Jack Vaughn and Jay De Niro. Jack Vaughn and Donovan Cecil, former OVW Tag Team Champions together. It was an unlikely team that made, they were kind of rivals, and then they became a team. But I think now we might have some trouble in paradise. During the match, Jack Vaughn, he left. He left Donovan and Jay De Niro high and dry. And the trifecta got the dub. So we got a little thing going on there, a little altercation getting ready to happen with the Mammoth and the Veteran. But then on the trifecta side, looking back, Ashton Adonis defeated Jake Lawless to win that OVW Media Championship. But there's a little trouble in paradise over there too, because Jake Painter and Jake Lawless are when they won, they were celebrating, but Ashton Adonis was not with them. He was not celebrating with them. During the match, they kind of left Ashton on an island, and that's not cool. You don't leave the astonishing Ashton Adonis on an island. What's up, Henry Presley? Hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm an Ashton Adonis fan. I mean, he's a former Dynapod champion, former OVW Tag Team champion, the current OVW Media champion. I like it. He's a great guy. Even when he's a bad guy, we'll root for him in other places. So something's going to be brewing there. Then we get to the next match. I about said the main event, one of the main event. The next match, Tony Evans taking on Cash Daniel, former Kentucky football player. That ends in a disqualification. Neither one are in the Dinerverse. You're like, why are you talking about him? Lovely Miss Larkin is part of Tony Evans' family. But here's where it gets good. Mount Kadeem comes in. Big Mount Kadeem. He comes in. He attacks Cash Daniels. And that's a clash of the Titans if I've ever seen one. But then Eric Surge runs in, and he attacks Mount Kadeem. And ends up tossing him over the ropes. I got a little scared because Mount Kadeem is bigger than Eric Surge. Eric Surge is 290 pounds. He's a big dude. And Mount Kadeem is bigger. But it's okay. Mount Kadeem gets out. And then Big Zoe runs in, and he attacks Tony Evans. Tony Evans is the North American champion. United States champion, former North American belt. It's now the United States title. Duh. Big Zoe was the second winner. Eric Surge was the inaugural. Big Zoe won it from him. Big Zoe wants that belt back. So he attacked. Then we get to the next match. Lilith Grimm versus Chalance Royale. And then we have the OVW Women's Champion Leela Feist coming into commentary to watch this match, to scout the opponents. And Chalance Royale wins. She does win. And Leela Feist comes out and is taunting Chalance. But then who shows up? Freya the Slayer. And Slayer attacks JJ Lawson, gets rid of that pipsqueak, and then gets ready to go after Leela. But then management is able to break it up, which you don't want to beat up. She was kind of getting feisty with some of the security guards and the guys in suits. You got to be careful with that. You don't want to beat up the guys in suits. You get a fine. It costs you a lot of money. You don't want to do that. So I'd say things are heating up in OVW. So be sure to tune in OVW Tuesday nights on YouTube and Thursday nights on YouTube. Check it out. You can watch anytime after that. All righty. Now let's look ahead. We got some stuff going on. For those who don't know, I made my EPW Elite Pro Wrestling commentary debut a few weeks ago down there in Odin, Indiana, and it was a fun time. And their next show is March 14th. If you have not got your tickets, go get them. It's a fun show down there. And they've announced their first match, and here it is. It is the EPW Arise Cup Championship And the final match, the championship match, DD Jinx taking on the Bud Light Brawler, Dalton Davis. So, DD Jinx, he's gracing us with his presence out of his grandmother's basement, excuse me. It's even more embarrassing. Leaving grandma's basement. He think he's now up to the main level with her. Maybe getting older, you got to protect her a little bit, take care of her. Taking on the Bud Light Brawler, the Hellcats Co., 1/3 of the Hellcats Co. That's going to be a great match. The winner, I foresee some Bud Lights in the trophy. So that championship is not a belt, it's a trophy. And the winner will have the trophy and will defend the trophy. But I foresee some Bud Light cans in the trophy, kind of hanging out. I'm going to pick Dalton Davis. He's just got that factor, man. So that's the first match announcement. The further we get, or the closer we get to that show, there'll be more match announcements, and I will announce them here on the Powerslam Platter. I'm going to bring this back as much as I can. Now, we also have March 20th, Friday, March 20th, to the top 3. We have an 8-man tournament. 4 matches, 4 qualifying matches get you into that main event. And it's a ladder match. The briefcase held up high. You got to climb up that ladder, retrieve the briefcase, and you get a title match at Mr. H's choosing. Luckily, he's not a bad guy anymore. The B8 turned on him, so he's not as poopy as he was last year. So he might be a little more fun. What's up, Timothy Langley? Hope you're doing well. So I'm hoping, Mr. H, after the B8 turned on him, he's a little cooler. We'll see. We'll take it day by day with Mr. H. But the first match announced, first qualifying match is Robin Kennedy, the ultra weird Robin Kennedy, taking on the newest hit sensation, JJ Frost. And if you missed Pinnacle, JJ Frost made his debut. He went from referee JJ to JJ Frost. The women were cheering. He's pretty jacked, too. I mean, he hides it well under the referee shirt, but he's referee no more. He's JJ Frost, baby. So be sure to check that one out. I'm excited for that match. I'm always excited to check out Singleton Wrestling action. I'm on the call. I'll be the ring announcer, and I'm on commentary with Adam Gage. Second match announced. The BEA Zone. Donovan Cecil. Yes, the Mammoth. He joined the bad guys. He's on the bad guys' side. He's on the BEA. He is taking on, though. He's got a tough test to qualify for that main event. And Brandon Beretta. Thank you, Mr. H, for signing that match because he might be the one to hang with Donovan. I think Brandon could win, but it's going to be a very tough test. Our third qualifying match, Idris Wolf taking on Austin Elm. Austin Elm, young up-and-comer. Idris Wolf, wily veteran. Idris Wolf has been around Singleton. I can't talk today. I didn't do my exercise. I just hopped on here because I want to talk to y'all. Idris Wolf has been around the block a time or two. He's a mainstay at Singleton, and he is fantastic to watch. Austin Elm, great up-and-comer. I've watched several of his matches. He is awesome. So I cannot wait for that match. And then the final qualifying match. The Bomb, Eric Surge, and astonishing Ashton Adonis. That's right. Ashton's back, and Surge is back. I'll tell you what, Surge, you want to make another $500 bet? I think we might be able to make that happen. You're facing a tough son of a gun in Ashton Adonis. I've been around Ashton for a couple years now, and now that he's seen the light, he's got away from the BEA. Thank goodness. It's just better that way. I think he's even more dangerous without the BEA. So, Surge, be ready. That's all I can say. I'm not even centered on my camera. I just realized that. I'm pretty off-center. If you don't know that by now, I'm kind of off-center. So, those are your 4 qualifying matches. The winners will advance to the Fatal 4-Way ladder match, and the winner will win the briefcase and the title opportunity. But wait, there's more. The newly crowned women's champion, Sophia Rose, defends her title against the returning Leela Hall. We have not seen Leela Hall since the Ultimate Rumble back in June, and she is hungry for some gold. And Sophia Rose went through heck in a handbasket. You coming to Spencer on the 7th. What is on the 7th? Please let me know what is on the 7th. Sorry. Leela Hall coming back from the Ultimate Rumble. Sophia Rose defeated 5 women technically. Her qualifying match, and then the Fatal 4-Way where she defeated Stella Buho, Leela Feist, and Carter Kaufman. Thank goodness she won, because I was already told if Carter Kaufman won, there was going to be a riot. So luckily Carter did not win. So tough test for Sophia right there. But then our heavyweight championship, I'm going to show him the respect he deserves. He's a heavyweight. I don't like him, but he's a heavyweight. He's not a lightweight. He's proving that more and more, but he's got a tough test ahead. Heavyweight champion Elijah Arrows takes on the Unchained King, Brandon Day. Brandon Day making his return. He was at Dissension. That was the last show. He was at a tag match with Austin Elm, mind you, taking on Gideon Hayes and Robin Kennedy. Now looking for that heavyweight title. He had his debut against Jake Oman was one of the best matches I've ever got to witness. And then we see him, oh boy, I hit the table. Then we see him face Gideon Hayes back at Checkmate. I'm trying to remember this off the cuff. And then the tag match with Austin Elm. So he is 20-year vet, dang near 20-year veteran, and he's a tough son of a gun. So Elijah Harris, better pack your lunch, buddy. That's all I got to say about that. So that's what's coming up in the Dinerverse. Yeah, just let me know. So drop a comment, Timothy, and I'll let you. Yeah, just drop a comment. And then March 27th and 28th in Indianapolis. If you do not have tickets, you need to get tickets. Squared Circle Expo 6. It's coming out. And the Diner Pod and Singleton Wrestling have teamed up. We are bringing in, boom, baby, Buff the Stuff Bagwell, baby. Buff Daddy is coming to Indianapolis. He's going to be hanging out with Red Velvet and Mr. H. So be sure to come get your tickets. First off, you got to get your tickets to get in. Come get an autograph. Come take a picture with Buff the Stuff Bagwell. Prices are pretty cheap. And if you want a picture with Red Velvet, I'll do it for free. So I'm just letting you know. So come on out to the Squared Circle Expo. There's a wrestling show. Oh, okay. But Squared Circle Expo 6, looking forward to that action. Okay. So, real quick, March 14th. It's heating up. March 14th is EPW Arise. March 20th is Singleton Wrestling to the top. March 27th, 28th, Squared Circle Expo. And then late breaking news, April 24th. I had to get back. HCW is back, baby. HCW has a show April 24th. Be sure to check that out. I don't have the flyer on me, but I'll have to go get it. But be sure to check out these shows. And March 7th, I'm finding out Timothy Langley. There's a wrestling show in Spencer. So come check that out March 7th. If you don't have anything to do. March is booking up fast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, one more time, I found the right sponsor graphic, so I got to do that the right way. So one more time, I'm going to thank the sponsors. Wabash Valley Plumbing, RJs Formalwear, Varsity House Outfitters, and Haute Co. That was a really fast one. That might have been too fast, but oh well, I'm too fast, Jackson. All righty. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I know it was short and sweet, but I want to get back into this. I want to bring the platter back. So keep staying on my butt to be like, hey, where's the platter? We want to talk about the platter. Episode 55 is almost over. Episode 56 coming soon. Maybe next Sunday. We're out of here. Keep pushing. Love y'all.